Hey baby love, today I'm going to show you how to do a road opener lamp with an orange. The first thing you're going to do is grab yourself an orange, make sure it's a nice size. You're going to cut it in half horizontally because you want the core of that orange, that middle core, that will be your wick for your lamp. So what you want to do is pick the side that has the little nipple or the little tail at the end so that you can make sure that the core is firm, because that's going to be your wick. Now, what I prefer at this point is that you don't have nails, but my nails are done. But I prefer you don't have your nails because it's easier to just go into the skin of the orange. Put your finger in between the flesh of the orange and the skin of the orange. When you have nails, it's easy to poke a hole in the skin, and we don't want a hole in the skin of the orange because this is our base for our lamp, and we want our oils and herbs to stay. So what I suggest you do is be very, very careful during this point and use your finger to just remove the skin from the flesh of the orange. I'm being a little messy. This does get very messy, so have some napkins ready for you. And as you can see, once you get that skin separated, you're just going to pull out the flesh. My mouth is watering just thinking about this because it is so delicious. Them oranges are so ripe and just so juicy right now. So I am going to be snacking while I am pulling this orange out of the flesh. And my daughter came and took her half because she was like, "Mommy, you don't need that." I'm like, "I sure don't, baby, because I'm about to be eating this one. It's so juicy." So make sure you take all the flesh out of the orange. And again, be careful. Don't put a hole in the skin. And you want everything. You want the whole orange cleaned out. And make sure you do not separate the stem. Pull the flesh off of the stem as you're pulling it out. You see how that stem is still standing firm in the center? That's what you want. And just pull everything out. You can drink the orange juice. I do that as well sometimes. And there I go, just trying to get that last little bit out. And I'm so happy I didn't make a hole in the orange. I have done that before, and you have to start afresh. You can't use the orange if you make a hole in it. So be as cautious as possible when you're pulling the flesh out. And try to get everything out of there. I'm trying to get everything off the bottom because I got some still stuck at the bottom. And now when you don't have nails, it's easy to just separate it. But when you have nails, it cuts into the orange and it re-guides you. So that's the purpose of not having nails when you're doing this ritual. Either way, you can get it done. When you empty it out, take a paper towel or something and dry out the inside of the orange. And what I like to do at this point is sit it on the front porch or the back porch in the sun and let it get some sunlight for a few hours just to dry out the inside of the orange. Now what you see here is a dried out orange that's been sitting in the oven at 200 degrees for about an hour and a half. So that'll be a good way to dry it out as well. Now, what you are going to do is grab yourself some sunflower oil, and you are going to pour the sunflower oil almost to the top of the orange. You want to leave a tiny little bit of wick available to burn. You want just enough available so that it'll light with the oil and it'll soak up that oil. So this will have to sit for another hour or so just to let the wick soak up that oil. Now that you have the wick soaking up the oil, we're going to add some herbs. The herbs I'm adding are just road opener herbs, rose petals, hyssop, aniseed, blessed thistle, things to that nature. And once I have my herbs in here, I'm praying and speaking all the things that I'm attracting and opening the roads for. And then we are going to spend about 2 to 3 minutes trying to light her. And when I say trying to light her, because it is going to take some time. Remember, we are lighting the wick of an orange. So it's not just going to light like any other candle. It's going to take some time because that oil had to soak up into the wick, and you have to hold the fire on there for a minute. So you might want to get yourself a nice long match or what you see me using here, which is a good lighter that gives you some space from your hand so that you can light her. And actually this time I held it on for a good 2 to 3 minutes, probably a little less, but I might be exaggerating, but however it went, I held it on for a long time this final time, and it finally lit. It literally took me about 2 to 3 minutes of relighting and relighting. And I don't think I'm exaggerating, but I could be. And then she was lit. And once she lit, she was lit. She didn't go back out. She just flowed. And she burned for about 2.5 hours. So that is how she did her thing. That's her on my altar. And she's done. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Y'all already know I'm here to help if y'all need anything. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my love. I invite you to join my mystery school, where I have created a safe place for you to learn magic and how to make your own metaphysical products. You get weekly life lessons where I teach love, money, banishing, and protection spells. You get a weekly tarot class. I do monthly prosperity spells for my top tier. And you get exclusive early access and commercial-free content. Join today at patreon.com/Insight by Tesh.